What's up, family? Man, I bless each and every one of you. May God continue to keep you, guide you, comfort you, and aid you in your growth and development, as well as healing stages of your life. Family, man, we got to grow up emotionally. I get asked a lot about forgiveness. Do you have to forgive people? Nah, you ain't got to forgive nobody. You know what I mean? You don't. Truth be told. You know what I mean? You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. So you got to understand something. When you hold on to unforgiveness, that doesn't really affect the other person. Stay with me. We're going to go somewhere, and it won't take long to get there. When you hold on to unforgiveness for what somebody else did to you, that doesn't affect the other person. That may stop you from wanting to talk to them. That may stop you from messing with them, talking to them, hanging out with them, or whatever the case may be. But that's all that does. That don't stop that person from going on and living their life. That doesn't stop that person from doing what they want to do. Just because you don't forgive them, don't mean that they're not going to go on and continue to live their life and be prosperous and happy and whatever it is that they want to do in life. Nah. Only thing unforgiveness does is holds you back. Unforgiveness stops you from being happy. Unforgiveness robs you of being able to have joy and peace of mind. You can't have peace of mind and joy and true happiness holding on to unforgiveness. And it don't matter what they've done. It does not matter. You've got to learn how to forgive them. And that's a process. That takes time. That doesn't just happen overnight. Just because you say it don't mean that you actually forgive them. It takes time. I'm not telling you what I've read. I'm telling you what I know from experience. What I know from experience. I've lived a hard life. A hard life. I've gone through a lot of things. And I've had to learn forgiveness. See, forgiveness doesn't mean that I forget what you did. It doesn't even mean that I have to entertain your bullshit anymore. You know what I mean? It don't mean I got to conversate with you. It don't mean I even got to be around you anymore. When I forgive you, it just means that I release you. I stop holding on to all that negative energy. That's all forgiveness does. It releases that negative energy that I'm holding in me for whatever it is that transpired in life. I release that toxic energy. I stop that negative energy from building up into a form of cancer and diabetes and high blood pressure and all these other diseases and ailments within my body. See, science has already proven that a lot of things, a lot of diseases come from ailments within our body, from things that we've done. Our emotions. The fact that we can't forgive. The fact that we hold on to all this negative, toxic ass energy. It creates disease within us. First in the mind, then in the body. We got to grow up. We got to understand this. Again, I've had to forgive a lot of people in life for some devastating things. Devastating things. I had to forgive my father for murdering my mom when I was 2. For stabbing her 49 times right in front of me. I had to forgive the people that molested me when I was 6 years old. I've had to forgive a lot of people. You know what I mean? I've had a lot of shit happen in life. And I'm grateful for it now. I understand why I had to go through all of that bullshit, all that negativity. I'm grateful for the lessons that I've learned. I'm grateful for the opportunities of those experiences so that I could talk with others who have gone through things similar to that. I could help them out of their dark places. I could help them out of their depression and their suicidal thoughts. Because I've gone through similar things. Because I've struggled with light things. Forgiveness. It's not about the other person. It's about you. It's always been about you. It's about you freeing yourself. It's about you taking back control over your life. It's about you saying, man, I'm no longer going to be a slave. I'm no longer going to be a prisoner to whatever the hell it is that I went through. I'm not going to allow this to trap me in this kennel. I'm not going to allow this to trap me in this cage, in this dungeon. I'm forgiving you because I need the peace. I'm forgiving you because I'm no longer going to be held a victim to whatever happened. I'm forgiving you because I want joy. I'm forgiving you because I no longer want to hold on to these toxic thoughts. I no longer want to be a prisoner to these thoughts, to these feelings, to these emotions. And so in order to have peace and joy, man, I got to forgive you. I got to let you go. Whatever it is that you've done, I release you. I bid you peace. I set you free. I don't set you free from karma. I can't set you free from karma. You're going to have to deal with that on your own. You know what I mean? You're going to have to deal with that however God, source, universe brings that to you. That ain't got shit to do with me. My job is, man, I release you. I release you to the universe. I release you to God, source, the Most High. They're going to handle it however they handle it. I no longer seek revenge. I no longer want my get back. I choose peace. First and foremost. In every aspect of life, I choose peace. So that means I got to forgive you. I got to forgive you for walking out of my life. I got to forgive you for lying on me and trying to dog me out and all the shit that you've done. I got to forgive you for trying to sabotage my character. I got to forgive you for all the spells and the voodoo and the hoodoo and all the other stupid ass shit that you did because you were hurt. See, that's the thing that we fail to realize. Hurt people hurt people. Healed people help people heal. See, all the things that people have done to me that have hurt me, that have dogged me out, and that have hurt you and dogged you out, it was because they were hurt too. And so, none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. Every single one of us. And so, just like, man, I want to be forgiven. Just like, man, I'm tired of God holding me accountable for the bullshit that I've done. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm glad he held me accountable, but I'm tired of getting punished for stupid ass shit because I refuse to grow the fuck up. And when I say punished, I get tired of being checked. It's like, man, fuck it. Let me learn the lesson so I ain't got to go through this bullshit. Let me learn the lesson so I don't have to keep getting checked for some stupid ass shit that I should have learned from a long time ago. And so when I get to a place of like, okay, man, God, I know I'm not perfect. I know I've never been perfect. I know I've made mistakes. Help me learn from those mistakes so I don't have to keep paying the price for them. Help me learn from those mistakes so I don't have to keep dealing with the karma for my actions in regards to all the stupid stuff I've done. If I make mistakes, how can I get mad at other people for making mistakes? When I've made bad decisions, when I've made bad choices, how can I get mad at other people for making bad decisions and bad choices? Yeah, their actions and their choices may be different from mine, but it doesn't stop the fact that they still made bad choices. They've made bad decisions. And they're entitled to that. How can I expect them to be perfect when I have never been perfect? How can I hold them to a higher standard and expect them to live up to that standard that I have for them when I myself can't live up to that standard now? I'm not perfect now, and yet I'm expecting and demanding other people to be perfect. And I get mad at them and I dog them out and I go hard on them for not meeting my expectations or standard of being perfect. You see the hypocrisy? You see the double standard? That's why. That's a hard lesson. When I mean hard lesson, that's why we get punished. That's why we get disciplined. That's why life, universe, source, God, the Most High, that's why he checks us so hard in that area of being judgmental, of being self-righteous, of being hypocrites, of holding people to a higher standard and expecting people to meet that standard when we can't meet that standard. We got to grow up emotionally. We got to understand what we're doing. And that's why we don't have peace. That's why we don't have joy. The great majority of it is, the truth be told, we're walking around with a bunch of unforgiveness. We're walking around judging other people because we've held them to a standard of being perfect. You've demanded and expected and was pissed that your family wasn't perfect. You demanded and expected your mama and daddy to be perfect. You expected and demanded everybody else around you, your ex, your baby mama, your baby daddy, everybody. You expected perfection from them. You expected them to do everything right when you yourself had never done everything right. We got to grow the fuck up. We got to stop playing these little stupid games. Just as much as you hold those other people feet to the fire for the shit that they've done wrong, the shit that they've said wrong, but then turn around and minimize and justify and rationalize your bullshit, your imperfections. You can rationalize it, justify it, minimize it all you want. God's not going to. Universe is not going to allow you to keep minimizing your imperfections. So what they're going to do, you're not going to have any peace. You're not going to have any joy. Your mind is going to be chaotic and all over the place. Because that's God's way of trying to get your attention. That's Source Universe's way of trying to get your attention, to get you to sit down, shut the fuck up, humble yourself, and really psychoanalyze your life. Really look at you and how you judge other people. Really look at you and how you're so self-righteous when it comes to other people. How you're so opinionated about how other people live. We got to grow up. We got to grow up emotionally. This is why you don't have peace. This is why you don't have joy. And a lot of times, we think we've forgiven people because you forgot about the situation. Or because it's not on the conscious thoughts. You think, okay, man, I've forgiven that person. I'm not hateful towards that person no more. I don't have any bad thoughts towards that person anymore. The truth is, you ain't forgave them. You just ain't really thought about it because your mind has been distracted with a whole bunch of other stuff. But as soon as that thought comes to your mind and you get triggered, that's God, universe, source's way of trying to let you know you still hold some shit there. You're still holding a lot of animosity and bitterness and unhealthy thoughts and feelings towards that situation and towards that person who's hurt you. We got to understand and learn how to read the signs. of why you don't have peace, why you don't have joy. Man. And some of you don't have peace and joy because you've never learned how to forgive yourself. Because you've made some mistakes. You've made some poor choices. You've hurt some people. You've left some relationships. You've dogged some people off that you never should have. And now you see. Now you understand, man, that was the man of your dreams. That was the woman of your dreams. You hurt your family. You've hurt your kids. You lost the best job you ever had. You lost the best relationship you ever had. And now that you're a little older, now that you're a little wiser, you recognize and understand, man, you fucked up. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. You fucked up. You royally fucked up. You let a good man leave. You let a good woman walk out your life. And you can't forgive yourself. You don't know how to forgive yourself. You keep punishing yourself over that. You've done some other things in your life. You cheated on somebody. You broke somebody's heart. You dogged somebody out. And you don't know how to forgive yourself. You got to understand, you've never been perfect. You're never going to be perfect. And as long as you hold that unforgiveness for you, you're never going to have joy. You're never going to have peace. It is what it is. How bad do you want it? Man, hope and pray that says something to inspire you, to challenge you, to encourage you. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Happy healing. Peace.